Of course, talking about the bad, sad news of the day. Chris Johnson diagnosed with ALS. We're doing all right, and pal, we'll get to it all. Try to get to it all. Right now, we'll get to Brian Bailey, the Hall of Famer, who joins us on the Turner Home Team Live line. BB, how you doing, man?
Not too bad. How are you?
We're doing all right, and of course, talking about the bad, sad news of the day. Chris Johnson diagnosed with ALS, and talked about it today with Michael Strahan on Good Morning America. And man, you've with your relationship with Coach LeClaire and the family and Mustache March, and not that you need a reason to know why you're doing all that stuff you're doing in the month of March and during the baseball season, and really all year long, Bailey. But here's a sad reminder of it right here.
Yeah, that was really tough to watch, and you kind of got the feeling over the weekend that it was something going to be medically involved when they were running the commercials with Strahan and saying he was going to interview Chris Johnson, and I think there were some rumors going around anyway on Twitter and stuff that it was ALS, but until you see it, and it was just really disheartening. It's really tough to watch. I mean, you see a guy who just had the world by the tail at East Carolina and with the Tennessee Titans, and just had a great NFL 10-year career. CJ 2K, just that magical year in 2009 when he rushed for over 2,000 yards. And it's just, to see him sitting there and he can't really communicate. He uses the eye gaze machine to have his interview, and it's just really, really tough. You feel for his family. He's got young children, and obviously, they got their shock last year when he was diagnosed, and it kind of kept it under wraps, and now the whole world's in shock.
Yeah. And Bailey, you've been, helping out with raising money for research for years and years at this point. And, you still heard Chris Johnson today talking about some trials and trying new things and doing whatever he can to extend his life, and hopefully it's come some ways, Bailey, but still needs to go a long way when it comes to figuring this thing out, if it's possible to figure out.
Yeah, and that's the frustrating thing, I think, for the people involved, that they work and work and work and raise all this money, and they get closer and closer, and one of their themes, I think, at the ALS United is we're going to find a cure. It's going to happen. We're going to break through with it, and hopefully they can, because it's so, it's so disheartening to see, a guy like that who was, so athletic, and just you think back to all of the players we've had a chance to see through the years, just at East Carolina, and the magic that they brought to us. But Chris Johnson brought it on a different level. I remember early in his career, he suffered from cramps a lot and had some problems there. And then he just vaulted out. And I knew he was fast, but I didn't quite realize the speed involved until he went to the combines. And then, it just kind of took off from there, just how fast he was. And then what he did with the Titans, it was really unbelievable.
Showed signs early in his career. I think he had a long one as a freshman against West Virginia, against Wake Forest, if I'm not mistaken. But really, put it all together his final year, and there was talk of him really kind of buying in that last year. And how about his final year here, Bailey, at over 1,400 rushing yards, 17 rushing touchdowns, added 528 receiving yards and 6 touchdowns. So he's about near 2,000 with 23 touchdowns at that point. And then he, in the NFL did have a 2,000-yard rushing year. But to see him, his final season here, with this a really good defense, and then Chris Johnson kind of doing everything on offense, it was special to watch.
And it was in the Hawaii Bowl. I'll never forget it. We were standing in the Hawaii Bowl. Meador was there. Weaver was there. A couple other guys, and I put the big hanker on them. I walked by them and I said, "Fellas, this is about to be the end of a just perfect week." And about that time, Chris Johnson fumbled. The only time he had a fumble all season long. Boise State picked it up, ran it back for a touchdown, and tied the game. It looked like we were going to go to overtime. And the Pirates rallied, and they got the Ben Hartman field goal. But what CJ did in that bowl game, 408 all-purpose yards, 28 carries, 223 yards. He had 32 yards with 3 catches out of the backfield. 153 yards on 6 kickoff returns. Man, he was just incredible. Some of those highlights are just magical to watch as well. And the Pirates, ended up winning that game 41-38, upsetting Boise State. That was something else in Hawaii.
Outside gets away. And great field position again, this time and again, as he brings it all the way back to the 40, a 32-yard return. They haven't given it away yet. Boise State has twice.
Front pocket catch by Harris.
Quick pitch. Straight ahead. Spinning still on. Johnson to the 18. Hadman saved the touchdown. And Skip Holtz can truly smile at this point. The East Carolina Pirates coming in at 7-5. Almost getting it done in Conference USA, but coming up short against an explosive offense. Heavily favored Boise State, but it's the Pirates winning here in the Sheraton Hawaii Bowl in 2007.